धर्म विज्ञान वैराग्य परमैश्वर्यशालिनः आनंदतीर्थ भगवत्पादान् वंदे निरन्तरम्। आनंदतीर्थोपदिष्टो निधिर्नारायणः ह्वयः प्रदर्शितो येन सम्यक् जयतीर्थं तमाश्रये। शास्त्रेषु पारदृष्टानं शास्त्रज्ञेषु च वत्सलं दीनभक्तोद्धारकरं सत्यात्मानं गुरुं भजे। विद्यापीठ विधातारं विद्यावारिधि चंदिरं विद्यार्थिवत्सलं वंदे महामहिम सद्गुरुं। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्तिः धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति। This is the 13th verse stanza of second adhyaya in Bhagavad Gita. Sriman Madhvacharya, whose bhashya we are studying, trying to understand with the aid of Prameya Deepika, the Tika which is authored by Jayatirtha. देहिनः भावे एतद् भवति तदेव असिद्धम् इति चेन्न. Two objections are raised, two questions are posed to Lord Krishna himself, who has asserted the eternity of jivas. Not only asserted the eternity, but who has established with the help of logic, with the help of hetu, anaditva, bhavatve sati anaditva. The eternity is proven according to Krishna, or it can be proved with the help of the hetu or the yukti, which can be termed as anaditve sati bhavatva. So, todadayaha chetanaha na nashavantaha nityaha, either na nashavantaha or we can spell it as nityaha. Na nashavantaha nityaha bhavatve sati anaditvat. Since they are anadi, they are nitya. This is the logic. And wherever we see the anaditva, the birthlessness, it has to be eternal. It has to be imperishable. It cannot die, it cannot be destructed or destroyed. Therefore, the anaditva and nityatva are invariable concomitant. So, anaditva can prove or establish the nityatva of the Atma. This was the contention of the earlier shloka. Natve vaham jato nasam natvam neme janadhipaha nachayivana bhavishyamaha sarve vayamata param. Now, first of all, the Purvapakshi asks or raises the objection against the Krishna's argument proving nityatva to the Atmas. The Purvapakshi asks, he raises the objection, he says, we cannot accept the existence of Atma at all. No Chetana is existing apart from or different from, distinct from the body. This was the last time we have discussed. So this was the topic which is dealt here. Dehinaha bhave etad bhavati tadeva siddham. If the dehi is there, the chetana is there, then we can say that chetanas are, since they are anadi, they are nitya, and so on. But the chetana himself doesn't exist. The chetanas do not exist here at all, apart from the body. The whole body which is containing all pranavayu or indriyas and mind and organs and all systems, etc. So apart from this body, there is no existence of Atma. So how the Atma can be subject for this logic, which proves Nityatva with the help of Anaditva. So Atma, Nityaha, Anaditva. There the subject is Atma. Atma is Paksha, Atma is subject, where we are going to prove or propound the Nityatva with the help of Anaditva. So there is no existence of Atma. This is the first question. Second question, Purvottara Deheshu Ekaha Atma Asiddhaha. Secondly, you have been telling that Anaditva can help us to prove, establish the Nityatva. Anaditva cannot be there. So how we can say that the Atma is Nitya? Atma cannot be Nitya because Anaditva cannot be there in the soul. The question of Anaditva, Krishna says, the Purupakshi says, the Atma does not exist. Very Atma does not exist. Then where is the question of Anaditva of the Jiva? Anaditva of the Chetana. So Chetana cannot be Anadi. For Anaditva, to prove, first we have to prove the Anaditva of Chetana. Then we can prove Nityatva. So the establishment of ascertaining Nityatva with the help of Anaditva can begin only when the Anaditva is proven. The Purupakshi is not ready to accept the existence of Atma. He is not ready to accept the Anaditva too. Then there is no question of Nityatva. So second question is, tat Purvottara Deheshu Eka Eva Ayamatma Ityasya Arthasya Bhave Etadanumanam Sambhavati. There are many births, prior births and many following births. Antecedent and following births as well as bodies. In all these bodies, if one Atma is existing, if this fact is proven, then Atma can be accepted as Anadi. There are hundreds and thousands of bodies, hundreds and thousands of, or lakhs of bodies through which the Atma travels. One Atma traveling through, he is making a journey through all these bodies. If this fact is proven, then the Atma can be accepted, admitted as Anadi. But this fact itself is questionable. We have to interrogate whether this is a fact. That is, in all these innumerable bodies, one Atma flowing throughout. And he is Anusyuta. He is everywhere in all these bodies. Of course, I have infinite bodies. You, Atma, have infinite bodies. Former bodies were infinite, and even the preceding bodies which are expected to become in future, they are also infinite. So in all these infinite bodies, if one Atma flows, then the Atma can be admitted as Anadi. So the Anaditva is again under question. So these were the two objections raised by Purupakshi to Krishna. Now the Krishna has to answer, and Madhvacharya has to interpret the verse which is going to answer these questions. देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिर्धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति यथा कौमारादि शरीर भेदेपि देही तदीक्षिता सिद्धः एवं देहान्तरप्राप्तौ अपि ईक्षितत्वात्. The whole verse can be split in two parts. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumanam yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi is one part. Dhirastattrana mukhyati is the later part which could be discussed in later period. Now we have to understand this three parts of this shloka, this stanza. There Madhvacharya, Srimadacharya interprets in his bhashya with this sentence, Yatha kaumaradi sharira bhedepi dehi tadikshita siddhaha evam dehantara praptau api ikshitratva. This is what the sentence Madhvacharyas, which interprets, comments on the present verse. Dehi tadikshita siddhaha is three words. Three words they decide or they prove, they establish Dehatirikta Atma, the Atma's existence apart from the body. Tikacharya says, Dehi tadikshita siddhaha iti Dehatirikta Atma sadhanam. ದೇಹಾತಿರಿಕ್ತ ಆತ್ಮ ಸಾಧನಂ, ದೇಹದಿಂದ ಭಿನ್ನನಾದ ಆತ್ಮನು ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಎನ್ನುವುದನ್ನು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಧ್ವಾಚಾರ್ಯರ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ವಾಕ್ಯ ಸಾಕು. ಎಷ್ಟು? ದೇಹಿ ತದೀಕ್ಷಿತ ಸಿದ್ಧ. ಹೊರತು ಯಥಾ ಕೌಮಾರಾದಿ ಶರೀರ ಭೇದೇಪಿ ಏವಂ ದೇಹಾಂತರ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತವಪಿ ಈಕ್ಷಿತೃತ್ವಾತ್ ಅಂತನ್ನುವ ವಾಕ್ಯಗಳೇನಿವೆ ಇವು ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಸಾಕು. ದೇಹದಿಂದ ಭಿನ್ನನಾದ ಆತ್ಮನು ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ದೇಹ, ದ ಆತ್ಮ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್, ಅಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್, ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ ಬಾಡಿ, ಆಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್, ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್, motor organs and prana, the breath and mind and buddhi and vishaya. The whole unit, the body is self-sufficient. Everything is inside. So all these things can be named as body. Now we imply the word body means all these things. So therefore, dehi tadikshita siddhaha dehatirikta atma sadhanam taditi kaumaradi paramarshah. Tadikshita means here tata, the word tata, Madhvacharya has used word tata which refers to kaumaradi. What is kaumaradi? Kaumaram, yauvanam, jara. Kaumara, childhood, and youth and old age. Three avasthas, three phases. These three phases are referred to by the word tata. Yajakaditvat samasaha dvitiyantasya trinnantenama samasaha. Astitavata kaumaradi vishayam ikshanam. Now, directly we are involving in argument. The meaning of argument is, contention of argument is this. All of us, whoever exists up to old age, definitely he experiences his body. Definitely he experiences not only his body but even the childhood, that phase, youth, second phase, and old age, third phase. All these three phases are experienced or sensed or felt by an agent. Who is that agent? Ultimately, we want to prove that agent himself as Atma. That agent is not Deha, is not Indriya or mind or Buddhi or Prana, anything which is included in the body. But it is apart from or different from, distinct, absolutely distinct from body. Astitavata kaumaradi vishayam ikshanam. Ikshanam is consciousness, being conscious, cognition, knowledge, experience, sensation, feeling, anubhava, jnana, smarana, Chetana, Pratyabhidya, Abhidya, and so on. All these words indicate some different parts of or faculties of one thing, that is knowledge, which is called as knowledge or consciousness. So this consciousness, I am experiencing that I was young boy, I was child, now today I am old man, I am experiencing old age, and so that. Who is that person who is experiencing it? Does body experience that I am old? Do Indriyas experience that we are old? Either the mind whether experiences that I am old, the experience is experienced by us. Sensation is experienced by us. We know that we feel, we know that we experience, we know that we know. This is what we call anumvyavasaya. We know it is knowledge. We know that we know it is anumvyavasaya. I see a book. Seeing is a knowledge or a sensation, whatever you call. Seeing is sensation or feeling or knowledge or perception. There is one more knowledge of this knowing, which is called as I know that I know. I know that I am feeling. This is called as anumvyavasaya in our Indian tradition. So, Kaumaradi Vishayam Ikshanam Asti. We have an experience of or experiences of Kaumara, that is childhood, as well as boyhood or youth and old age. All these three phases are experienced. But ultimately we want to trace who is the experiencer, who can experience or who claims that I am experiencing this. And that is the Atma. This is beautiful argument. Nacha ikshanam ikshitaram vina sambhavati. Nacha ikshanam ikshitaram vina sambhavati. Very important thing. If there is knowing, an incident of knowing, an event of understanding or cognition, then there must be a person who is called as knower, experiencer, feeler, sensor, an agent of knowing. If jnata is not there, then jnana cannot exist. Jnana can exist when jnata is there. So somebody should claim that this knowledge belongs to me. Somebody should own this knowledge or this experience belongs to me. Who can claim? The body can claim. Can body claim that this knowledge belongs to me? Or can body ascertain that this experience, this feeling, this sensation can occur in our body, but sensation has to be owned by somebody else. Pain may be there in some disturbance in our hand or stomach or body or brain or our food, but teeth, there is a problem in my teeth or tooth, but the teeth is not experiencing the problem. The pain is experienced by somebody else who is owning the experience or pain. So the owner is somebody and he can claim his ownership on that. So he is the perceiver, he is the experiencer, he knows what he is doing, he knows that this belongs to him. So none other than Atma can claim the ownership on the knowledge, feeling, perception, seeing, beholding, or anything for that matter. Any cognition, any consciousness. So ultimately the consciousness can be attributed to one entity which is called as Atma, which is called as soul. So without that entity, without that principle, without that soul, the consciousness cannot be there at all. It is impossible. For example, there is a CCTV. There is a CCTV which is surveying everyone. Something moves and the photo is clicked. The photo is taken. Regularly it is photo is taken 24 hours. It's okay, fine. But it cannot sense that this is wrong, this is correct or something like that, unless we put some informations about something. Robo, what does a robo can do? What it can do? It cannot do anything. It cannot sense anything. Whatever the sensations is experienced or we see in robo, it is all created by human being, saying that if you see this, if this reflection is there, you can act like this. So there is no sensation at all. If there is no sensation at all, there is no desire at all, there is no activity at all. So sensation and desire and activity, Madhvacharya, while interpreting Madhvacharya's Bhashya, Tikacharya elucidates this, explains it in very beautiful way. He says, Nacha ikshanam ikshitaram vina sambhavati. Ikshana is possible when there is ikshita. The perception is possible when there is a perceiver. The seeing is possible when there is a seer. The knowing is possible. Knowing can happen or occur when there is a knower. When there is no knower, knowing cannot happen. Perception cannot take place when there is no perceiver. So it is necessary that perceiver should be there, and that perceiver is nothing, no other than Atma. No other entity than the Atma. Asti tavata kaumaradi vishayam ikshanam nacha ikshanam ikshitaram vina sambhavati sacha vakshamanat prama parishesha pramanat. Parishesha means theory of elimination. We go on eliminating, we go on negating, we go on saying that this cannot happen with this cannot happen with this. The knowing cannot take place in body, knowing cannot take place with the indriyas, knowing cannot take place with mind, knowing cannot happen with prana, and so on. So this is the theory of elimination. Parishesha pramanata dehi dehatiliktah siddhaha. ದೇಹದಿಂದ ಭಿನ್ನನಾದ ಆತ್ಮನಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಎನ್ನುವುದು ಸಿದ್ಧವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಹೇಗೆ ಸಿದ್ಧವಾಗ್ತದೆ? ಅನುಭವಿಸುವವನು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಅನುಭವ ಬರಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಚ್ಛೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವವನು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಎನ್ನುವುದು ಬರಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವವನು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವಿಕೆ ಅನ್ನುವುದು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ನೋಡುವವನು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ನೋಡುವುದು ಅನ್ನುವುದು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನ ಚೈತನ್ಯವೇನಿದೆ ಅದರ ಭಾಗವಾಗಿರುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಇದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರವಿದ್ದವನು ಕೇವಲ ಚೇತನ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಅದು ಕ್ರಿಮಿ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದೇವರಿರಬಹುದು. ಚೇತನವಿಲ್ಲದೇನೆ ಈ ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀರಿಗೆ ಚೇತನವಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಚೇತನವಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಥವಾ ಮಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಚೇತನವಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಟ್ಟಾರೆ ಒಂದು ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಏನೊಂದು ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಇವನು ನನ್ನವ, ಇವನು ನನ್ನ ತಂದೆ, ಇವನು ನಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ, ಇವನು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಣ್ಣ ತಮ್ಮಂದಿರು ಅಥವಾ ನನ್ನ ಮಿತ್ರ ಇತ್ಯಾದಿಯಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಯೋದು. ಇದು ನನಗೆ ಹಿತ, ಇದು ಕೆಟ್ಟದ್ದು, ಇದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು, ಇದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇದು ಮಾಡಬಾರದು ಇತ್ಯಾದಿ ಇತ್ಯಾದಿ ಏನೇನಿದೆ ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಅನುಭವಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಕೇವಲ ಅನುಭವಿತ ಜ್ಞಾತ ಈಕ್ಷಿತ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಚೇತನನನ್ನು ಅವಲಂಬಿಸಿದೆ. ಅವನಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅತ್ರ ಕೌಮಾರಾದಿಗ್ರಹಣಂ ಅತಂತ್ರಂ. ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ದೇಹಿನೋಸ್ಮಿನ್ ಯಥಾ ದೇಹೆ ಕೌಮಾರಂ ಯೌವನಂ ಜರಾ. The three words are there: kaumara, yauvana, jara. It is not necessary that it is only with the help of experience of these three phases alone we can define, we can prove, we can establish Atma. It is not necessary that it is only the knowing or experiencing of or experiences of these three phases, but any experience for that matter, any experience, any feeling, any sensation, any jnana for that matter can help us to enable us to prove the existence of Atma. Kaumaradi grahanam atantram is not necessary. Atantram is not making any sense here, important sense. Therefore, we can avoid words Kaumara, Yauvana, Jara. In this, there are two objections. For first objection, these three words are not necessary. Only the Ikshana is necessary. Jnana is important. With the help of Jnana, Jnani Atma can be proven. Jnana matrena jnatra siddhehe. Tikacharya says, Jnana matrena jnatra siddhehe. Jnata can be proved. Jnata can be established only with the help of Jnana. And Jnana need not be of necessarily of Kaumara, Yauvana and Jara. Jnana can be of any fruit, any flower, sky or cloud or river, anything for that matter. Any experience, traces should be attributed to Chetana. Jnana matrena jnatra siddhehe deha shabdascha indriyadi sahita sharira vrittihi dehi dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara. Tikacharya has extracted excerpts three words from Bhashya. Dehi tadikshita siddhaha. What is deha? Deha means indriyadi sahita sharira vrittihi. Deha here we mean it should imply Deha, Indriya, mind, Prana, Vadavanala and Vishaya and so on. Except Atma, Deha should imply all these factors which is comprising in our body. Shlokecha Kaumaram Yauvanam Jara iti Vishayena Vishayi Ikshanam Upalakshate. All these Tika Vakyas are necessary to understand the word by word meaning of Bhagavad Gita shloka. They are not helping us to understand the argument to prove the Atma. Tad shlokecha kaumaram yauvanam jara iti vishayena vishayi ikshanam upalakshate. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಕೌಮಾರ ಯೌವನ ಜರ ಎಂಬ ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಕೌಮಾರ ಯೌವನ ಜರ ಎಂಬ ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಮುಖ್ಯವಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೌಮಾರದ ಅನುಭವ, ಯೌವನದ ಅನುಭವ, ಜರ ಅನುಭವ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು. ಕೌಮಾರ ಅನುಭವ, ಜರ ಅನುಭವ, ಯೌವನದ ಅನುಭವ, ಆ ಅನುಭವಗಳಿಂದ ಅನುಭವಿತೃವಾದ ಚೇತನನು ಸಿದ್ಧನಾಗುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಕೌಮಾರ ಯೌವನ ಜರ, ಅದು ವಿಷಯವಾಚಕವಾದ ಶಬ್ದಗಳು. ಅದರಿಂದ ವಿಷಯಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು, ಅನುಭವವನ್ನು ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಲಕ್ಷಣೆಯ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು. ತದ್ದೇಹಿನಃ ದೇಹಾತರಿಕ್ತಸ್ಯ ಇತ್ಯುಕ್ತಂ ಭವತಿ. ತದೀಕ್ಷಿತ ಸಿದ್ಧ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ದೇಹಿನಃ ದೇಹಾತರಿಕ್ತಸ್ಯ, ಇದು ದೇಹಿಯಾದವನಿಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಯಾರು ದೇಹದಿಂದ ಭಿನ್ನನಾಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ದೇಹ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್, ದೇಹ ಕೆನಾಟ್, ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ನೋ, ಬಾಡಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. knowing, feeling, sensing, understanding, cognition or perception, inference, anything is possible only for the jiva, atma, and it cannot be attributed to body. Therefore, dehatirikta, a jiva which is absolute different from deha, is attributed with all these experiences or sensations or feelings, etc. That is ultimately which is called as consciousness. यथा इत्यादि समस्त वाक्यम श्लोके च पादत्रयम देहे भेदेपि आत्मैकत्व साधनम कौमारादि शरीर कौमारादि मत् शरीर भेदः भेदे इत्यर्थः देहि एक एव देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्तिः धीरस्तत्र मुह्यते is the verse. Then the bhashya starts as यथा कौमारादि शरीर भेदेपि देही तदीक्षिता सिद्धः एवं देहांतर प्राप्तौ अपि ईक्षितृत्वात्. In fact, I had an idea of discussing or dealing with some modern thoughts, modern theories, which theories want to do away with Atma. There is no necessity of existence of Atma, there is no necessity of existence of even mind. Only the chemicals can do wonders, and all these consciousness can be attributed to chemicals only. Therefore, we can just do away with the Atma. This is the theory propounded by, of course, many scientists. And some scientists are very vigorous or vehemently try to prove this theory in their books. Actually, I wanted to think about it or deal with it, but today, since I am busy, I will conclude here. Perhaps in the next lecture, we will discuss in detail. Dehi eka eva ityartha tadikshita yoham kumara shariravaana bhuvam sa idanim yuva shariravan varte ityadi pratyabhidyata ityartha evam dehantar praptau api ityaneka deha praptau api ityartha eka eva dehi siddha. ಇವತ್ತಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಮುಕ್ತಾಯ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇದೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸಂಕ್ಷೇಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಗೀತಾಭಾಷ್ಯ.